mostly the administrative part of the government. And this is one thing which is kind of systemic, because the country is very easy to buy new products, new roads, new buildings, new aeroplanes when it is coming to purchase. But when it comes to maintenance, when it comes to taking charge of what you have already, this is where the problem is. And I think this government is just prone to spending. But when it comes to long-term maintenance, it has a very deep systemic problem. You can imagine a country
Yeah.
like Kenya is going to build all those roads again because we were not prepared. We don't even think about 50 years or 100 years from now. We're just thinking about today and tomorrow. I think this is a discussion we should be having, because one thing is for sure, we are getting a lot of money from outside, which is coming as a loan, and then eventually we have to pay it. By the time we are paying it, we have not maintained what we have already built. This is going to be very costly because we cannot be building every day. You know, if you buy a car and you don't maintain it,
Yeah.
eventually the car will break up faster. And I think it's not only here in Kenya. Mostly, this is a problem we have in terms of our development, our mindset. When you look at innovating any ideas, especially when you innovate government structures, you just don't copy and paste. This is a very big problem I think we have. Thank you very much. I'd like to hear the other panelists' comments.
I think Rafik, you brought in a very nice angle of looking at things. It's a fresh breath from where you come from. Ewa Safi is a movement led by Professor Gola, who is trying to bring in change in Kenya. And we need politicians who have not been involved in any kind of corruption in our country. Remember, in our politics, 8 million Kenyans did not vote. 8 million Kenyans did not vote. 8 million Kenyans did not feel that Raila Odinga is a good candidate for the presidency, or William Ruto. So these 8 million Kenyans are saying they need somebody who is new. And from what they are seeing right now, the political discourse, look at how the rains are affecting the country. And the government is making a decision that to send your children to school. Yeah, that is a wrong decision. That is a wrong decision and should be condemned. And, you know, it should be stopped immediately. Suppose we lose some children who are going to boarding school. What will happen to the government of William Ruto? Some of these actions are what we are talking about. The incompetency of government. We need a fresh breath. We need people who have got new ideas, and so that the country can develop in technology and in industry. That's all we need in Kenya. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Zalendo, for a wonderful rejoinder. And maybe I have a question, and I would direct it to Rafik. Before I get to you, you will also give me your view. And Rafik, you've really talked about that there is a government that is not so careful on how they spend. They are not so careful in planning for the future and in preparing for even disasters like what we are seeing today. And Mzalendo has brought in something that there are 8 million people, or Kenyans, who did not vote because they did not believe in the candidates that were on the ballot, something like that, which if we know according to our constitution, the other moment that Kenyans are going to be given an opportunity to vote is in 2027. So if we have, like he's talking of the Solomonic economic model, this is something that maybe constitutionally can only be put into action in 3 years to come. That is 2027. You saw what happened at the JKI last time when the roof was leaking. What the CS did, he formed a commission to investigate. And again, the same thing happened. Just 2 months after it leaked, it also leaked again, meaning nothing has been done. So should we wait for 2027 so that we can come up with